Colleagues, my name is Oleg Bishop. Welcome to Trading Hero YouTube channel. Let's start our weekly review. So our total profit is plus 85.9%. For the last week we have earned 2.3% and since the beginning of May 6.7%. You can also see that we have a lot of open trades, and now we're going to move to MetaTrader platform and take a close look to each currency pair to understand how we were trading during the last week and what perspectives do we have for the next week. So we'll start from the first currency pair. It is GBP to USD. We are on 1 hour time frame now. I highlighted the previous week with the gray rectangle. So as you can see, like we are still in a downtrend with this currency pair, and it actually means that we were mostly buying because the market is in a downtrend. So we had several deals closed on Monday after this huge impulse. If you remember, like we were speaking that our algorithm, it actually counts not only like the distance, it actually measures the speed of impulse. So that's why we actually managed to like miss several trades and to make it easier to close the chain of these 4 deals. As you can see, the distance between the first and the second one is 3 times bigger than the regular one. If you'll take a look closer to the history, like it was made actually to avoid the situation that we had the previous week. So speaking about this currency pair, I can say that this trend actually it slows down because we of course we're falling, but we can see that we have 1 day of impulse, then we have 3 or 4 days of this lateral movement, then we have another impulse, then we still have like 2 days of this lateral movement. So if we'll take a look at a global picture on the weekly time frame, you can see that we still have not reached any sufficient support levels. So it means that we still can we still may go on with this downtrend, and like the closest level we're gonna find, I think, in like maybe 1,500 pips. It will be the local low from May 2020. So it means that mostly we're gonna be working towards like buy GBP, and those of you who are looking for a middle term or long term trades, you can actually think about how to buy British pound, but not to US dollar. It will be better to do against Canadian dollar. So let's take a look at the Canadian. It's our next pair. As you can see, we have the like picture that is similar to the one we saw on GBPUSD. We are still on a downtrend, but we have not broken any support levels from the last week. So you can see that on Monday we had this strong impulse. We actually broke the local high. We retested the like previous highs, and it actually gave us the opportunity to start selling on Monday and close our deals on Tuesday with profit. And after we started falling again, we actually were buying, then we had a strong impulse, so that's why we also we stretched the distance between the second and the third order. And the last position, actually I really like the price we opened this trade, because it's like nearly the previous lows. On a global map, we can see that we're actually gonna test the lowest prices since 2017, and if we'll do it successfully, we're gonna fall to the prices from 2013. So you can see that we are actually very low according to the global map. You can see that we have this lateral movement that has started I think in 2017. We had this like 2 lows, then we had high, and then we were simply walking around this price area. and now I think that we're gonna change this corridor to the previous one, or maybe it will be somewhere in the middle. So if you were looking to a good position to make a middle term investment, I think it's the best time to do it. But if you speak about our trading style, we're not looking for some long-term trades. So for us, it like this situation indicates that actually we can expect a strong impulse up. So it means that we can buy, and if everything will go according to the plan, our buying trades will bring us more money. The next currency pair is New Zealand to Canadian dollar. As you can see, with this currency pair, we have actually the same situation. I mean that we are also falling according to all time frames. On our 1 hour time frame, you can also see that we were actually buying during the whole last week. We have no selling deals. We closed several deals on Monday, and then we were gaining the positions from Wednesday after we retested the previous local lows. Now we have like 3 deals opened with like 2 robots. They now they are working. They are synchronized because the pattern of the market actually like sometimes they move with a different net of orders. Sometimes they move like similar. So now we have 3 deals opened almost at the same prices, and we are waiting for the market to bounce back. If we're going to look at the global picture, as for New Zealand to Canadian dollar, you also can see that we are very close to the previous historical lows from 2020. The next support level, it will be 2013. So I expect the market to bounce back from it as an additional trigger that I can mention is that we have almost like 8 weeks. Actually, we have 8 weeks now, 8 trade weeks, and it means that we were falling with no sufficient corrections for 2 months. It's a huge period. Actually, if you will take a look at some other patterns from the history, you will see that we had the situations when there were like 8 falling weeks in a row, like 6, 7, even 9 falling weeks in a row. But we must not forget the distance that the market covered during this fall down. So we can see that it's around up to 7,000 pips, and even those weeks where we had 9 candles, it was also around 7,000 pips. And all we need here is to actually to get some small green candle of the correction, because it will be enough to close all our deals, because we actually were not waiting for all this period. We were closing our deals step by step during this downtrend, and we need only some small correction to cover all of the deals we opened previously. So I hope the next week we're gonna see some kind of an impulse, and somewhere between the second and the first orders we're gonna close both of our trades. The next currency pair is Australian to New Zealand dollar. As you can see, the situation is plus minus. We can say that it has stabilized. The previous week we were trying to reach new historical highs, but this week we were actually moving in this lateral movement. You can see that the previous resistance level we had it right here, right here, right here. Then we broke it, and now it became our support level. So it's a classical situation when you have this so-called mirror level. it was the resistance, now it's support. It supports the price, and we can see that we have this local resistance in the middle of this corridor. So actually, like we have bought this currency pair on Thursday and already closed it with profit. So while we are in this lateral movement, it's not very interesting for us to sell or to buy, because we don't have any extremely high volatility in the middle of this moment. So we're gonna wait till the price moves on, and from the historical point of view, you can see that we had 8 weeks in a row of price increasement. It doesn't mean that we're not gonna see 9 or 10 weeks, because we had these situations, we had the situation in the future, but each week we're growing. It increases the probability that the next week will be the red one, because it's not possible to imagine that we can have, let's say, 15 falling weeks in a row. If you're gonna look deeper into the history, you'll see that we had 7, 8 okay, we had 10 okay, it's also okay, but we never had, let's say, 11 or 12 or 13. So it means that from the statistical point of view, it does make sense to actually sell now Australian to New Zealand dollar, and this deal may have success in the next week. And the last currency pair for today is Australian to Canadian dollar. We're also in a falling trend, the same as GBP to Canadian dollar, as NZD to Canadian dollar. They are pretty similar, but the incline of trend and the structure on some smaller time frames is obviously different. So we were falling. We were trying to actually retest the trend line we had from the previous week, actually. Yeah, as you can see, I did not move it. I just left it like it is, and I see that market actually showed us that we're still it's still early to think about the growth on this currency pair. We were mostly buying. We still have 2 trades opened on this currency pair with one robot, and the second robot actually awaits for its pattern, because actually it was selling during the last week here in the middle of the channel, and successfully closed all of the deals with profit. Now we have only one robot that is active. Maybe when we're gonna fall and retest these previous lows, we'll open our positions with the second one. As for a global picture, we can see that we're also very close to the historical lows of the beginning of this year, and then we have a huge gap with no obvious support levels. You can see that we can fall much more deeper, but still, for us, as for short-term traders, it's much more interesting to look for some local impulses. So now I think when we're gonna retest this local low, it may cause the huge reversal movement backwards, at least that will be enough to close our current positions, and then it may continue falling. So for this currency pair, we're gonna be buying for during this downtrend continues. So this is the whole information I wanted to highlight you as for our trading for the last week. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me via Telegram or write below in comments. I wish you a successful trading week, and see you next Saturday.